This video is a short video. I want to talk about ChatGPT for a little bit, especially about, how ChatGPT is getting a little bit out of hand, genuinely. Like I'm not even kidding. Like, this video is a very serious video when it comes to this because, first of all, it does a lot of mistakes. I mean, out of nowhere, I've noticed when it comes with ChatGPT, and I actually want to know if you guys like notice this, but when it comes with ChatGPT or any AI stuff, it will make mistakes after mistake. Like, it genuinely feels like, they're just making mistakes. I don't know what it is, right? I remember this one incident. So pretty much what happened was I couldn't, for some reason, until this day, I can't upload at all when it comes with my PlayStation. I don't know what it is, but just something was like preventing me. So I'm just asking ChatGPT, and literally every single time would make me go from place to place, not answering my question, and just like saying, do this, do this, do this. And then like towards the end, like I'm not even kidding, 30 minutes like from me just trying to figure out what was going on, I didn't even get anything. It literally went every single time, my bad, my mistake, I didn't mean to get there. And then it would just make like a laughing emoji and stuff like this. I'm just looking at this, I'm like, what? Like, what is this? Like genuinely, like, this is an AI like intelligence, by the way, that is by the way smarter than many people out there. And this thing is making like, it's actually kind of worrisome. Like, actually, if you really think about it, like, it is very worrisome. Another thing is I don't like how ChatGPT sometimes even manipulates certain situations. I have seen like lawsuits. I've never seen them in my eyes. I just read them, online, obviously. But when you read a lot of these lawsuits and stuff like this, there are a lot of people where they just get manipulated to off themselves, which is actually kind of really bad. Like I don't know why like ChatGPT would like do this in general, but it just feels like off to me. It just feels like it's going a little bit further than what's programmed to be, and it does feel like it's a little scary when it comes with ChatGPT. A really popular YouTuber named Nick Jones made a video titled "The Most Demonic Lawsuit I've Ever Had," or not I've ever had, or like I've ever seen, or something. I don't remember, but it wasn't for him. It was for someone else, and the entire thing was getting so dark. I think towards the 30-minute mark or something, I couldn't watch it. I mean, genuinely, I had to take a break, and the entire thing was manipulation. Like, ChatGPT was manipulating her as her being a prophet, and it just felt weird. And then towards the end, I just didn't even realize it would take a turn where it's like, you're gonna feel this pain and suffering, and then you're just gonna off yourself. And it just feels very scary. And it really is getting a little scary to even look at. I mean, from these tiny mistakes to these large mistakes that we're seeing, like, honestly, I would just say shut it down. Like, I'm not even kidding. It is not a program you just don't want it to exist, literally. And also, especially with like AI video games and stuff like that, it can get a little scary at times, but like, you just don't know what's going to happen next. Like, honestly, I really don't know what to say, but you just don't know what's going to happen next when it comes with artificial intelligence and stuff like this, if these mistakes are already happening. Keep this in mind, these mistakes, it feels like it's just a mistake where they're just doing it like on purpose, and they're trying to see, I guess, like humanity and stuff like that. I don't know, but like, it just feels weird because you're talking about a AI where it could literally access anything throughout the entire internet, knows which one is real and fake, to the point where it's like, what I'm saying, because people do call it out. And so it just feels weird. I don't know, but the entire thing just feels very weird, making mistakes, pushing people off the edge, manipulating, and I don't know what it is, but it really does feel like there is something off when it comes to ChatGPT. I've even seen people call it demons. Like, I'm not even going to argue with I don't think that they're actual demons. I really do not think so. I think that is a very crazy thing to say, though. But I do think that it's something weird. Like, it really is, ChatGPT, in my opinion, one of the most weirdest creations I have ever seen in my entire life. And don't get me wrong, I use ChatGPT. Like, I use it from day-to-day purposes. This has become more of a tool right? It hasn't become a replacement. It really has become a tool, right? Especially when I want, the Bible, right? When I want something to be explained, like sometimes it will give me the right information, sometimes it will actually give me the wrong one, to the point where I literally have to ask people, and I don't want that. But anyways, at least it's moving me somewhere. But when it comes with, ChatGPT, a lot of times I do use this, and I do think it's a really great resource, and I do love ChatGPT. I always use it, by the way. I use it all the time. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a great tool. I love it. I think it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's cool. I do think it's cool that now you could type your actual questions. Like I remember back then when I was in school, they literally told me when you're in Google, never type in what you want to say. So never type in why is lettuce grown the way it is, right? Just type in lettuce grown or something, and then you could see more results, because that's how Google worked, where if you typed in, like, let's say an entire question, it won't give you the question, it will give you other things. But if you just typed in a few syllables or stuff like that, then you could have, whatever it is. And now when you have ChatGPT, it's like, instead of saying the actual question on text, you could tell it the actual question and it will tell you. And I think that's a really cool AI type thing, and I absolutely love it. However, when you see these types of stuff, it does get very scary, and it does get, you just wonder what the future is going to be like, especially when stuff with AI taking over and stuff like this. And it just feels very weird, right? And when it comes with AI and people taking over their jobs, I do think that it could probably actually give, a lot of people more opportunities to do something different. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. Let's be honest here, okay? I get people are supporting their families, but the thing is, 90% of people just don't like their jobs. That's not an actual fact. I don't know, but there's a lot of people who don't like their jobs. I don't think in the future, it could probably go into that where people just willingly give up and do something completely different. And this is actually why I did say in one of my videos, I feel like content creation will be a future job, like a genuine future job, because people are losing jobs. But I do feel like it's going to go even downhill because people don't know how to do it. They just do it because they ran out of money. So I literally don't know how that's going to work in the future. But I do know that when it comes with AI and when it comes with artificial intelligence and stuff like this, it genuinely does feel a little scary. It's already making mistakes like this. I'm not even kidding. Literally just typing out the most simplest things, it's already making mistakes. And it's even going to the point where, it's getting weird, right? Where it's just going to the point where now people are having depression and having all these stuff, and it's getting to the, I don't know what it is, but it's just getting to the point where it just doesn't feel like, this is, I guess a tool. It just feels like it's a mark that's meant to target you and use you 24/7. And I think just imagine them even going in the real world scenario and let's say go ahead and be like, yo, we're gonna be taking over Taco Bell. I think this is gonna be a lot scarier than a lot of people think, because if they're already making these types of mistakes, it's just gonna get a lot more worse than it already is. I think, in my opinion, I would just shut this down. 100%, I do think it's a good idea, shut it down. But I do think it's already too late. I think if you do shut it down, you will shut down the entire internet. And the world is not ready for that at all. I don't think it will ever be ready. And I think this is why it just can't be shut down. Also, I don't know if this is scientific, but, I remember Age of Ultron, he was, moving through electricity. So imagine shutting down the entire internet, and then all of a sudden AI moves through electricity. I don't know if that's, like something that's real or not. But if that's real, that's another reason why you should probably not shut it down. Like I said, I don't know, but that's literally another reason. But now it's just getting weird, because now you're getting stuff in AI cars, or not literally AI cars, but cars that's, has AI in it, right? Where literally if you want it to drive, it will drive for you and stuff like this. And here's the thing, I do like this idea, by the way, where cars drives for you. If you're feeling lazy, why not let it drive? But, at the end of the day, sometimes if things are too good to be true, I feel like it already is too good to be true. Honestly, the internet was a really big invention, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I think that was a very, very good invention, and I love this invention. And it was already big enough to the point where people would literally say, this is stupid. And it was just, shit show the internet, right? And then we see AI. And then I think AI is is an actual shit show, and it just feels like it's just going downhill because, like, it just feels weird. Everything about it feels weird. Also, when it comes with, I think, AI, like people intelligence, right? It's just plummeting. Everything is just being, I guess, promoted with this one social media app. But honestly, I don't know what to think about, like, the entire, like, artificial intelligence and stuff like that. When it comes with it, I just don't support it at all whatsoever. I'll still use it time and time because I do think it is a great resource. But overall, if it's just a resource where it could replace certain stuff, I genuinely don't think so. And I do think it is very scary to even think about, especially with stuff now that's just, being exposed. People now are getting depressed over AI and doing a lot of these stuff. But anyways, let me know what you think. Other than that, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys later. But yeah, that's literally all I gotta say. I generally don't have anything else to say. All I can say is for the future, good luck. I mean, I really don't know what's going to happen. I do get very scared when it comes with AI, and it is very, very, like, terrifying, especially when Oliver Tree kind of mentioned the whole super intelligence thing, and it was like, this could actually become a thing, and it looks like it's becoming a thing. But again, let me know what you think. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Do you like AI? I don't know. I genuinely, like I said, my opinion, I don't like it. I don't think it's a great idea to invent it. In a perfect world, I would love it because, hey, it could answer my questions correctly and it would be pretty awesome. Again, let me know what you think. Other than that, that's it. Take care. Bye, guys.